Hello and welcome. You're watching Today in Parliament with me, Aishwarya, and these are the Parliament headlines. Rajya Sabha to take up a Jallianwala Bagh National Memorial Amendment Bill. Prahlad Singh Patel to move the bill for passage. Aims to further amend Jallianwala Bagh National Memorial Act 1951. Ravi Shankar Prasad to move a Supreme Court number of judges amendment bill in the Rajya Sabha for consideration and return. Bill seeks to increase the number of Supreme Court judges. Also in the upper house, Gajendra Singh Shekhawat to move the Dam Safety Bill 2019 for passage. Transgender Persons Protection of Rights Bill 2019 also to be taken up. On the last day of the budget session of Parliament, 4 bills are listed in today's agenda in the Rajya Sabha. Culture Minister Prahlad Singh Patel will move the Jallianwala Bagh National Memorial Amendment Bill 2019 for consideration and passing. The bill seeks to further amend the Jallianwala Bagh National Memorial Act 1951. It also seeks to remove the Congress President as a trustee. The bill was passed in Lok Sabha on 2nd of August. And Law Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad will move the Supreme Court Number of Judges Amendment Bill 2019 for consideration and return. The bill seeks to further amend the Supreme Court Number of Judges Act 1956. It seeks to increase the number of Supreme Court judges from the present 30 to 33 with a view to reduce the pendency of cases. The bill was passed in Lok Sabha on 5th of August. Jal Shakti Minister Gajendra Singh Shekhawat will move the Dam Safety Bill 2019 for consideration and passing. This bill provides for the surveillance, inspection, operation and maintenance of specified dams across the country. It also provides for an institutional mechanism to ensure the safety of such dams. The bill was passed in Lok Sabha on 2nd of August. And Union Minister Thawar Chand Gehlot will move the Transgender Persons Protection of Rights Bill 2019 for consideration and passing. It seeks to provide for the protection of the rights of transgender persons and their welfare. It also aims to provide a mechanism for social, economic and educational empowerment of transgender persons in our country. This bill was passed in Lok Sabha on 5th of August. All right, Kriti Mishra, our colleague, is now joining us live from Parliament. Kriti, talking first about Lok Sabha, it is this present budget session is the most productive, especially for the Lok Sabha since 1952. As far as today's agenda is concerned, we understand that the House is going to be adjourned sine die.
Well, Aishwarya, yesterday, in fact, Parliamentary Affairs Minister Prahlad Joshi had suggested that since 99% of government's business was complete, he suggested that the House may be adjourned sine die. Remember, yesterday, Speaker of Lok Sabha, Mr. Om Birla, said that this was the most productive session after 1952. Remember, this was the first session of the Narendra Modi 2.0 government, and it was the first session after they registered a thumping majority in the 2019 elections. In fact, the Lok Sabha had 37 sittings in which they sat around for 280 hours and around 35 bills were passed. 183 questions were answered orally and around 488 issues were taken under Rule 377. So a highly productive session of the Lok Sabha, and now it is expected that the Rajya Sabha would be adjourned sine die today. Aishwarya?
Right. And speaking about Rajya Sabha, Kriti, there are a number of bills that are listed in today's agenda. As far as the Jallianwala Bagh trustee bill is concerned, that bill was cleared by the Lok Sabha, which removes Congress chief as one of the trustees of Jallianwala Bagh. What more can you tell us about this bill?
Well, this is another important bill that would be taken up in the Rajya Sabha today that has been passed by the Lok Sabha. And as you've mentioned, there are provisions in the bill and amendments in the bill to ensure that the Congress president does not continue as the president or as the trustee of this important memorial. So this would be taken up in the Rajya Sabha. It is expected today. Aishwarya?
And Kriti, speaking about other bills that are going to be taken up in the upper house, one of them is, of course, the Supreme Court Number of Judges Amendment Bill. Tell us about the significance of this bill, especially because of the fact that, there is a pendency of a huge number of cases in our courts, especially in the Supreme Court.
Well, Aishwarya, that's the big concern for the country because remember, even this year's economic survey mentioned about the ballooning pile-up of cases in the courts. It also said that more than 8,500 judges would be needed to clear the backlog or the pendency of cases. In fact, Law Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad has also underscored the need to clear the pendency. So this is an important bill that seeks to increase the number of judges in the Supreme Court, which is the Supreme Court Number of Judges Amendment Bill 2019, which will amend the Supreme Court Number of Judges Act 1956 and increase the number of judges in the Supreme Court. So this would be important bill that is expected to be taken up or which is listed in the agenda of the Rajya Sabha today. Aishwarya?
And Kriti, another recent bill that was cleared by Lok Sabha was the Transgender Persons Amendment Bill. Tell us about the likelihood of this particular bill being passed today.
Well, this bill has already been taken up by the Lok Sabha and the Lok Sabha has passed this bill. Aishwarya, according to the 2011 census, there are more than 5 lakh transgender persons in the country and this bill seeks to ensure and protect their rights. In fact, this bill also has provisions or strict penal provisions and punishment in case of any sexual violence against the transgender persons, and this bill also provides for the economic, social upliftment. So this is a very important bill for the transgender community that is expected or is listed in the agenda of the upper house today. Aishwarya?
And Kriti, another important bill is the Dam Safety Bill, which is a very important bill. When it was cleared in the Lok Sabha, there was a very important discussion that we had seen regarding the bill, where Centre had also asserted that it is not, the intention is not really to take over the power of the states as far as the issue of dam safety is concerned. And this bill is going to be taken up in Rajya Sabha today. What can we expect in Rajya Sabha as far as this particular bill is concerned?
Well, Aishwarya, you may recall the Tiwari Dam breach in Ratnagiri district of Maharashtra. The government took a very serious note of this entire issue and also said that there was need to actually get a bill or a legislation to ensure that how surveillance has to be carried out, how the dams have to be made and how they have to be maintained in the country. In fact, we've had different versions of the dam safety bill since the year 2010, but consensus eluded as most of the states said that this particular legislation would undermine the rights of the states. Now, when this bill was getting passed in the Lok Sabha, Jal Shakti Minister Gajendra Singh Shekhawat said that the rights or the benefits of the states would not be undermined, and he also assured the states that all their issues would be taken up and there would be concurrence on all the issues. So this is a very important bill that would ensure how more than 5,000 dams in this country are to be maintained, made, or the surveillance to be carried out. So this is an important bill listed in the Rajya Sabha's agenda today. Aishwarya?
Right, and the provisions of this bill is going to be applied to all the specified dams in our country which have a height of more than 15 meters or the height between 10 to 15 meters. Thank you so much, Kriti, for all those updates there from Parliament. And now a look at the ministers who will lay papers on the table in the Rajya Sabha today. Smriti Zubin Irani for the Ministry of Textiles. Shripad Yesu Naik for the Ministry of Ayush. Jitendra Singh for the Ministry of Personnel, Public Grievances and Pensions. Hardeep Singh Puri for the Ministry of Civil Aviation and the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Mansukh Mandavia for the Ministry of Shipping. Ashwini Kumar Chaubey for the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. And Smriti Zubin Irani will also move the motion to elect one member from amongst the members of the House to be a member of the Central Silk Board to fill up the vacancy caused due to the resignation of Neeraj Shekhar from the membership of Rajya Sabha. Ashwini Kumar Chaubey will lay on the table a statement regarding deaths of children from AES syndrome. And with that, we wrap up this edition of Today in Parliament. Do stay tuned. The proceedings of the Upper House are going to commence in a short while from now at 11 a.m. Thanks for watching.